Hey folks, I am going to make a gelatin plate today. The last time I made one was about 2 years ago, and I used Lindsay the Frugal Crafter's recipe, and I used glycerin, alcohol, and Knox gelatin. I'm going to do the same thing today, except this time instead of putting the boiling water in, I'm going to microwave it because I saw the Pink Poodle Crafter, she did it that way, and it turned out. So I'm going to ask you to bear with me, and I should have counted these first. Not sure how many packets I have. I do this in real time, and if you don't want to see it in real time, you can click on somebody else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Double pack, so that means I have 30. I'm going to use 22. So I'm going to take out 8. And the original recipe called for 1.5 cups of glycerin. Well, I'm doubling the recipe because if I'm going to make it, I'm going to make more. It called for 3/4 cups of glycerin, 3/4 cups of alcohol, and I think 7 packs of gelatin, and 1.5 cups of water. So I am going to use 2 bottles of glycerin, which are 6 ounces each. That would be 1.5 cups of glycerin. I'm going to fill those bottles up with alcohol, rinse it out, and pour it in there. So that would be 1.5 cups of alcohol. I know it's going to evaporate, and my pad is going to shrink. I'm still using the same pad or same gelatin plate that I used from almost 2 years ago. It's thin, but I don't care. It's still usable. So that's the way I'm going to do it. And then 3 cups of water. And now I have cold water over there. I am going to be microwaving it, and I hope that this thing is microwave safe. The way that Lindsay originally told us was to put the glycerin in there with the water. Put the water in there first. And that you're going to let the glycerin bloom. And that lets you have fewer lumps. So I'm just going to do it that way because it worked the first time. Just going to sprinkle it on the water. And I will stir it up eventually. And if this is not right, I can always add more gelatin. You save some of these to help pull off the bubbles. You can save these packs, throw them away. See, it's blooming. As it gets wet, it's going to sink and start to bloom. I made several after I made my original, and I'll walk over there in a little bit and get my original so that you can see how awful it looks, but it's still usable, and I still use it a lot. But because it started shrinking immediately, I had sent Lindsay a message, and she said, well, maybe eliminate the alcohol. So I did that, and it molded. So I wasted, $20 worth of product because I'm making I was making a large one so that I could do t-shirts, and I'll show you my t-shirts. I will make another one to do t-shirts with for this winter. I have an idea I want to do. I make lots of t-shirts with the jelly plate. And I should have gone a little bit slower because it's getting thick. But I didn't. I got to talking. And I'm sorry about the flies. We are overrun with flies. I have killed flies like you would not believe. This is what I'm going to make mine in. This is a clamshell that is dusty. You can tell I've had it on top. That I had bought on eBay some used stamps, rubber stamps, and they sent me them. They had them all neatly packaged out in these clamshells. And I thought, well, that looks just like the jelly plate holder. And I'm not making one. My original one was this size. This is a jelly roll pan for my restaurant, and I made it in there. I made it even all the way up to the side. I didn't take it out until I had completely destroyed the top. Then I flipped it over and used it. Then I cut it up into 3 parts, and that's what I'm going to show you in a little bit. But this, you know, this lasted 2 years. But I'm not going to make one that big because I'm not really going to make t-shirts right now. So I thought I could make 2 of these probably. And I have some more containers in case I have something left over. Okay, so this is getting... I'm going to try not to move that because this is thick, very thick. And I'm whisking it, even though I don't want those air bubbles. I need to stir it up so it'll soak all that in there. Okay, so now I am pouring in 2 bottles of glycerin. I got this at Walmart. I think it was $4, $3.50, $4. May have been more. It's been a while since I got it. And I need a poker thing to poke it with. And this may turn out to be a complete mess, and if it is, so I'll just redo it again. Good thing about it, if you mess it up, you can start all over again. I may not have enough gelatin for all this glycerin. I can't remember, to be honest with you. I watched the Pink Poodle Crafter do hers. Maybe my bowl may not be big enough. Oh, and I didn't even think about whether or not it would fit in my microwave. If it doesn't, I'll just, this one's open. This is just isopropyl alcohol. I'm going to rinse out this glycerin bottle. This is so expensive. I'm going to use every drop I have. A little bit of rain to shake it up. I don't mind the smell of the alcohol. I know some people don't like that. So, actually that's, I may have misfigured. That is 6 cups of liquid. Okay, so I shouldn't use the other bottle of glycerin. You know what, I'm going to try this one. But 6 cups. If I mess it up, I've still got plenty of packets. I can make another one. I may do that anyway. I wanted to have a thicker version than the last one I had. 3 cups of water. I did that. 1.5 each cups. Okay, I think I'm right. Alright, let me try this. I'm going to go microwave it. I'll be back. Just a second. I'm going to stop it and stir it, and then I'll be back when I'm done microwaving. I should have watched her video again. I can't remember if she microwaved it 4 or 5 times. I'm just going to microwave it until it looks clear and then pour it up. Like I was saying, I used this jelly sheet pan, and I filled it all the way to the top so that when I laid my t-shirt on there, it just gave me a good rim. You can see I still have paint on there. And then, while that's microwaving, I'll get down my... This is what I have left from that original jelly plate. I cut it into 3 sections. This will be my working section, these 2, and then I rub my brayer off on this to save the paint. I leave the paint on there for the next time. I also have a small piece that I keep that you can tell is, you know, sometimes I set my brayer on that and I'll work all 3 of these sections. But don't throw these away. I could remelt these, but see how thin it is? It originally started about 1 inch thick, and then now it's just very thin, but it's still pliable and still usable. And ready for my next one. And I just use these deli trays, old meat trays, put 2 of them together with a rubber band, and that's the way I store that one. This one I just store it on top of my craft table so that my cats can't get into it. As you can tell, this has lots of crusty pot marks and everything. It's not completely smooth. I don't care. I'm looking for texture. So that way. Let me stir. That's not boiling. So, I don't know. I don't know if I like this microwave method or not. I'm used to the other method. I tried it several different ways, and thank goodness that Lindsay had told us not to put that down our sink. Because when that second one molded, oh my God, it was awful. It smelled so bad. That's why I will always use alcohol. I don't care if it evaporates. It's still usable. And I can, you know, remold that, but I kind of like the texture. Be right back. That's hot. I guess I can microwave in this bowl. Good to know. But it's hot. So, I am going to move this stuff over here. Get one of my clamshell trays. Open it up. I think I'm just going to try and pour it out right here. Scoot this over. It's probably not going to be in frame all the way. One final stir. It's clearer, but it has that foamy stuff on top, which I do not like. Now we'll be getting all that off. It's hard to pick up. Will you get me another pot holder? Oh, I can't pick it up. Thank you, babe. I hope this, I didn't think about this being too hot. I hope it won't melt that. If it does, I'll just flop it over in the... Oops, I'm spilling it. I think it's just going to take in one tray. It's going to fill up one of those clamshells. I may have to do another one. I thought I was going to have some left over. Ooh! See, the problem is my house is unlevel. Very unlevel. So, I'll have to have me a little shim of some kind. Here. It needs to be bigger shim. Let me see if you can see what I'm doing. My beautiful daughter helping clean up my mess. Okay. Billy. Stop talking bad about yourself. Okay, I'm putting a little shim under here so that still needs a bigger shim. Because my table is not level. I'm going to try to get all of that in there.
You burn yourself.
That's better. I'm not burning myself. Oops, no, I just did. You just got through telling me not to do that. I want it to be to the top. Let's see if I can get it all in there without it spilling. Please. Ooh, it did. So, that made one jelly plate. And that way, I'm not going to take it out and mount it. I'm going to work with it still in there. And then when I destroy that side, I will take it out and flip it over and use the other side. Alright, now here's for the trick to remove the bubbles. I had these little extra containers and I thought I might have some left over. I could make little small ones, but and somebody showed this on YouTube. I don't know who it was. You just skim it off like this and wipe. You can also do it with a paper towel. Just wipe that foam right off. Pick it up. Because that's going to be bubbles on your jelly plate and you want it to be perfectly smooth. Somebody else just blew on it, but I think that's because I had just a few bubbles. That, the whisk will help you stir it up, but it makes all these millions of bubbles. I don't want that. I just scoop it off the edge. Did you bring me a paper towel or something?
I had to use some of Mama's tissues.
Okay.
Can't find anything else.
I'm gonna go get some paper towels.
How long does it take for it to freeze up? Just put it in the freezer or something?
No, you just leave it out and let it sit up. It just depends. It might take all night. It might take, 6 hours, something like that. Will you go get me some of those tissues? I got quite a mess going here.
Yeah.
Now I'm just working, trying to get the bubbles off the edge. This is the messy part. Next time I don't think I'll use my whisk. I think I'll just use a spoon like I did the first time. It's alright. Set it up. Some sticky mess that I can clean up later,
I guess the cats aren't here, they'll be getting into this.
Yeah, that's why I wanted them outside, so I could do this. And just keep working. You've got more. You can go around the edges. The edges are not really going to matter anyway, but, I'll just go around them once. Let's see if I can get some of it off. Now, I'm going to let this sit up. Are there any cats in the house?
No, they're all out.
Where's a little bit?
I
Tiny
put him
Tim?
out. I put him out a few minutes ago.
Because I don't want them jumping up on here on this and getting hair and feet prints on it.
Yeah, I might burn them too.
It's not hot anymore.
Oh.
It's cooled off. See, there's a big, huge bubble, and we'll just bring him to the side. And all that little foamy stuff. I do not want that on there.
Nope.
Let's see if I can use one of these. My mother is watching the movie Tamarind Seed. That's that depressing music you hear in the background. We should go turn it down a little bit.
Yeah.
mess. It's a mess.
Two levels small.
Alright. Let me go around the edges one more time. Just to see if I can get more foamies.
Just gotta make sure none of those flies get in it either.
Oh no, I didn't think about the stupid fly. That would be just my luck.
Yeah. Like that one right there.
Should I can't close it because I don't want condensation to form while it's cooling off.
What's condensation?
Condensation is when the heat is kind of like evaporating. It'll make little bubbles. You know, like in the wintertime on the windows of the car. That's condensation. See? You didn't know you was going to have a teachable moment here in Jelly Plate Land.
So, that's all the kids want, just to learn something on a Saturday. Or Sunday, is it? Is it Sunday?
Today's Sunday.
Oh.
There was a little air bubble there. Got that. Okay, folks. This is my new jelly plate. I'm going to let this harden up just a little bit. And I think I may make another one since I have this other. Maybe I'll wait. I don't know what to do.
Whenever you record a video, do you notice how different your voice changes?
No.
It changes to me.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Well, I'm going to let this set up and clean up my mess. And hopefully keep the cats out of it. And then I will have a jelly plate play day and y'all can see it work. And since I have the stuff to make another one, I'll just see if that one worked, see if I had my formula right, and if I didn't, then I got another one I can make again, or I might make some different shapes and sizes. Okay? Alright, thanks for watching. Jelly Plate Fun.